If you want to increase sales conversions, one of the best places to do this is in prospect nurturing. Most people focus on the sales funnel, add more leads into the funnel, try to convert more clicks into leads. Then they go to, okay, we got people who opted in, now let's get them to convert to the next step. Maybe filling out an application, maybe it's to buy a product and then go on to the next stage. They have all these little different conversion metrics that they're trying to tweak and add to. But what happens is they build up this very large database and then ignore it. Your prospect is not ready to buy. Most sales funnels are designed to only extract the people who are basically ready to purchase from you. This is a terrible waste of marketing dollars and effort. You really should spend more time on doing conversions in the prospect nurturing phase. You've gotten the people to go through some steps. They've let you know that they're interested. They raised their hand, said, yes, I'm interested in what you are offering. That's all you know. You only know that they're interested. The few people who end up buying quickly in your sales funnel, those people, well, they would have bought if you'd just said, hey, I've got a thing, buy it. You didn't have to go through too many hoops. You're doing so much effort trying to convert people in the early stages, improving those conversion rates. You're spending so much time there that you're not spending enough time on all the people who said, yes, I'm interested, because those people, they're going to be ready to buy sometime in the future. When? We don't know yet. We have to work on prospect nurturing. How fast can we educate them? How much can we entertain them? How often can we grab their attention and find out just how interested they are? And can we increase that interest? Can we get them to a stage where they're like, yes, I am ready to buy your product or your service. I'm ready to buy it now. Real estate agents discovered this ages ago because most people are not ready to buy or sell a house when they first say they're interested. They are just trying to figure out, well, what are the steps to sell my house? Because people don't sell houses very often. It's a confusing process for them. So they go into this and think, oh, I just need to reach out and start getting some information. A terrible real estate agent says, oh, this person's ready to sell their house right this very moment, and then they try to pressure them, and that person walks away and says, oh, this is a terrible experience with selling my house. I need to find someone better than this person. So really good real estate agents learned this years ago, that if they wanted to get somebody to buy or sell a house, that first inquiry is simply just interest. Sure, there might be a few low-hanging fruit that they're just like, boom, I am selling, I'm buying right this moment. There's very few of those. Most of the people who are buying or selling a house, they are going to take months before it happens. 3 months before they make a decision on buying or selling. 6 months, 12 months. There's people that they inquire about buying something and then it's years later that they actually do it. We don't know what happens in between because most of the time we're not doing enough prospect nurturing. Even for real estate agents, they're not doing enough of it to find out, well, what's happening in their life that they went from being interested to buying years later. Like something happened along the way. Divorce, marriage, children, some new job. Something could have happened along the way. If they were prospect nurturing, they were trying to stay in touch, trying to be helpful along the way, along the path to that person's conversion. What I'm trying to get across is that you need to look at prospect nurturing on the individual basis and not as just a group of leads. Because we don't know where each of those people, those individuals in that batch of leads, where they are in their level of interest. Are they just curious? Are they just tire kicking? Are they not even in the market, but they just liked your ad? So we don't know. We don't know exactly where they are. So we need systems that go through how to move them to the next step, to find out, to gather information. Most of prospect nurturing is about information gathering. Very few entrepreneurs go through the effort to get to know each of their leads. You might be thinking, oh, that sounds like a lot of tedious work. And to a certain extent it is. But there's a lot of stuff you can do through email, through Facebook Messenger bots, through Facebook itself, by getting people to interact with particular information. You ask them a question, they tell you something. You can then have an assistant go through anything that needs to be done manually. But if you have stuff happening in email, you can use behavioral links where they click a link and then that says, oh, I'm interested in that, or I am that person. So you have a question, something like, do you spend more than $10,000 on Facebook advertising every month? Or do you spend less than that? You could have a question like that. And so then they click that link, whichever one's appropriate to them. Now you know more information about them. You can start asking other kinds of questions that determine their worldview. You can find out whether or not they're ready to take action in some context. Maybe it's something that you don't even sell, but they're going to do it instead of what you sell. They're going to buy this other product instead of yours. That's valuable information to know. You can set these things up in a prospect nurturing system. Email, Facebook Messenger bots, a variety of ways of communicating back and forth, manually doing so, talking to them on a phone. There's so many different ways that you can go through. And sure, some of it is going to be tedious. Some of it is going to take a lot of manual labor. Doesn't have to be just you doing it, but you need to set up a system. You need to set up a team that's going to go through and take these valuable leads and turn them into great prospects.